Here we go.
And here she is. Rei,
What
the
a
scholar
ray
of
of
House
sunshine.
Ico.
Now, Kevin, care to elaborate on some lore here for everyone out there?
Yeah, I'll give you the quick
TLDR.
rundown, and then you can check out. Yeah, we can, you know, anyone who wants to find me later, we can talk more in depth about who she is as a character. But the TLDR is that she is this strong-willed, confident, extremely intelligent, full Lepori mage who has has now a mutual understanding with Leon. They have become fast friends and faster allies, right? And she is a seeker of knowledge who is serving as a companion to Leon when she's not off doing anything else that would, you know, that she kind of wants. Her goal is to be, you know, to be the very best. To
Like
to
no one
make
ever
sure
was.
that,
Okay.
yeah, not quite, but to make sure that she uses the resources that House Ico can provide to her to be at the tippy top of the arcane mastery that nobody else in the realm has, while at the same time providing, you know, services or benefits to House Ico as kind of their mage, their scholar, their knowledge seeker. You know, she'll work with Khan, as you saw in the trailer, occasionally. Although, you know, Khan and she might have kind of a long-suffering relationship, a little bit of friendly ribbing. The general, you know, Rei trace, so to speak, of her lore.
What a ray of sunshine. I do want to give shout outs to our animator Jacob was point on the third person animations and did that amazing skip that we saw when we first loaded in. I was point on the first person animations that you're seeing now, and the whole team helped out on Rei, and everyone has a chunk of making her personality really shine.
Romano, if you like, we can start going through her abilities as well.
That's what I was about to push in once Brett was done talking. So she's support, folks. She has 2,200 health, and her weapon is just, you know, her hands, Sigil. So I will let you start going through her abilities here, starting with, I guess, Chain Heal.
Sure, we can show off her in-hand as well. So, and as we do that, which is essentially just a ball of magical energy, so our cameraman can send that downtown towards Fernando. But as we do that, we can. So this is. I ended up taking over for another designer at the tail end of production, so you get a little bit of Dinko flavor. So designed by another one of our fantastic designers, Adonis, who, for those of you who have not heard, is no longer with High Res. He's off pursuing greener pastures, although that's more of a cow thing than a rabbit thing, right? So greener, orange or carrots, whatever. But so yeah, so we'll start with Sigil. We have that in hand 6 ammo. Fires out a magical ball of energy, dealing 450 damage every 0.7 seconds. Her alternate fire, Chain Heal, is manifesting arcane forces, sending them outward, chaining between allies, and healing them for 500 per bounce. Now, we will talk about Spirit Link later, but essentially, Spirit Linked allies will be healed for 30% more. And this is kind of a different take. You know, as we make new champions and new ways to deliver mechanics, we're always aiming for something that is both viable and flavorful, something new, something different. So this is kind of your semi-traditional chain heal versus, for example, an AoE heal or a direct heal or shared healing, anything like that. I'm actually going to skip to ability 2 before we do her defensive. So if we can show off Spirit Link real quick. We tether ourselves to an ally or an enemy, and while linked to an ally, you heal them for, I believe it's actually less than the number on the patch notes right now, but the patch note shows 200. We heal them for 50 per tick right now. Obviously, numbers can change for the first BTS cycle, and grant them 1% ultimate charge every 1 second. While linked to an enemy, we reduce their movement speed by 10% and deal 50 damage every 0.75 seconds. Something to note with Spirit Link, it is not permanent. It will break if you break line of sight for a duration or get far enough away for a duration, anything like that. And we show off kind of the cool warning color change before that happens. when linked to an ally.
Yeah.
Each
This
of
is
yeah,
probably-
sorry, Brett, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Kevin. I was just gonna say this is probably the most complicated part of developing her that we really had to figure out early whether she was going to. We knew she was going to link with players, and we didn't know if we wanted to do that through casting with her hands or whatnot. And we ended up deciding on giving her this little effigy, little spirit object. Not sure what the term we ended up calling it, but yeah, this little orb that stays with her so that she can continue doing her casting things. And yeah, Kyle, our tech artist, had a lot of experimentation with this, so that like we have different animations for when you summon the orb, when you recast the orb, when you can break the orb, and just like Rollin working on like the beam trail and making sure that was smooth, and just the whole screen presentation of this was really decided early on, which was a huge help, and it came out great for her.
We do have some targeting logic on the chain heal to target low health allies, so there's a little bit of logic there as well. And then with the Spirit Link, we can also show off her defensive, which is called Envelop. So Envelop, this is another new mechanic, something that we'll love feedback on. But Envelop is a defensive that reduces the maximum amount of damage that you can take in a single instance of damage to 275 per instance. The duration is fairly short at 3 seconds, and it increases your movement speed by 40% as well. If you envelop while you are linked to an ally, spirit linked to an ally, they are also enveloped. So just to clarify, if you take damage, for example, from Koga, who does less than 275 damage per bullet, it will do nothing for you besides give movement speed. If you take damage from, for example, a Fusillade Drogos rocket, it will do 275 per shot for the duration of envelop. So this is a different way to survive, to mitigate damage, and essentially just introducing new and interesting mechanics, new and interesting ways to play. Enveloping will protect Fernando from Cassie shots as well for that duration. And then we can also now move on to our ultimate, which is called Vivify. Vivify is unleashing. And you'll see the VFX. I absolutely love the VFX. Our cameraman's going to keep Fernando alive while I'm talking. I'll try to make this quick. All right, so Vivify unleashes a burst of energy to your linked ally. You have to be linked to somebody to use her ultimate, making them immune to damage for 2 seconds, and then healing them for 100% of their maximum health after that delay. You also gain this benefit. And like I said before, you have to be linked to an ally to use it. So we can go ahead and hurt poor Fernando, and then go ahead and keep him from dying.
Let's see it.
I'm pretty happy with how this one came out.
So this is your oh crap moment. I need to save you right now.
Woo! Let's go. Everyone in chat's probably gonna be like, Rei OP, please nerf, and she's not even out yet.
It was much scarier before there was any audio or VFX attached to it. Oh, bye, Fernando. And
Something
in
that,
playtests, Jaggeroths would just go to full health.
Something that our cameraman was showing off there is it does require you to be linked to to an ally to use the ultimate, right? And using it will affect your linked target, not the person you are looking at. So just to be clear, it's not an aimed ultimate here.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, we do have, some more time here, Nico. Maybe go over some of the talents that she has as well before we get into her skins that will be in the season pass and her variation color and golden.
So her default talent is called Extension. This increases the range at which the chain heal, your alt fire, will bounce between allies by 40%. You take this if you are not going to be playing super grouped up, if you just want a more comfortable ease of healing experience. There we go. It's significantly larger, just kind of a quality of life, ease of use thing. Rei's level 2 talent is called Restraint. This one, again, all these talents, obviously, everything with Rei, we want your feedback, so go ahead and give that in the proper channels. But level 2 Restraint, while Envelop is active, and you are linked to an enemy, prevent them from healing. So if I link to, well, first I have to get close enough to Fernando to link to him. If I link to Fernando and I use Envelop, it has a duration of 3 seconds. They are unable to be healed for that duration. This will break on things that make you untargetable. Ethereal states, damage absorptions, that kind of thing. But this is for the slightly more aggressive or situational aggressive Rei. Make sure you get that. Make sure you get that pick by preventing healing while Envelop is active. You also have to burn your defensive to do that. So, and Rei's final talent at level 8 is called Focus. This one is, as I think it was colloquially known within the team, as Beefy Link. Spirit Link's cooldown is increased to 6 seconds. So it is a cooldown now, rather than something that you swap pretty quickly. And it only lasts for 2 seconds. It's no longer persistent, but its base effects are tripled. And that means, let me be clear, it's not any of the cards, and it's not any of the other effects that happen with Spirit Link necessarily. It is the base effects. So the healing and the energy charge will be increased. In addition to the slow and the damage that you deal against an enemy with Spirit Link active, that is also increased by 3. This is one, I think, that has the greatest potential for numbers changes in PTS, so go ahead and give me feedback on how that plays, in your guys' opinion.
Yeah,
and that covers, I think...
I was just going to say, to add to you asking for feedback, a really good place to do that is once we do open PTS, the discord.gg/paladinsgame. If you aren't a member, join. There is always a PTS feedback channel that we have, and we will have one when the PTS for this goes live. And that is a great way to kind of give that PTS feedback there to Nico. That is not where you put your bugs. There is also going to be a PTS bug channel separately, but for feedback specifically, we will have that there. So make